This video will tell you exactly what you need to do for your junk removal company in order to start marketing correctly. My name is Ethan Smith. I own OLM Media, which is a marketing agency who specifically works with junk removal businesses. Now, I've generated over $2 million in revenue, and this course is literally distilling every single piece of information that I know. This is allowing you to hopefully grow your business, and I just want to bring value to every single person watching. Now, this free junk removal course is going to take about an hour. It's going to be long. We're going to go through a lot of stuff, but I need you to pay attention because if you make it to the end, honestly, you're probably going to succeed in this market anyways and probably already do. But let's get right into this. So this is everything you need to market your junk removal business. This is every strategy, every platform, every number, all of it will be in here. So the first thing, the question nobody answers. Most junk removal owners will never figure out why their phone goes quiet. They do good work, they're reliable, they show up on time, they leave the place clean, they go above and beyond, and yet some weeks, the phone just never rings. And they assume that's just kind of how the business works. And honestly, it isn't. That means that there is a major issue in your business. It really is that your work ethic, your prices in your service area really isn't the issue. It's your systems. Now, what no one tells you is $180 is the cost of a truck for an idle hour every day it sits. Let that sink in. $180. This is an average through all of my junk removal clients throughout the whole entire US. It might be different if you fully own your truck in cash, if you don't have to pay any crazy insurances for a certain like extra place, but this is just an average. Now, your truck is a $50,000 asset. That charges you whether it runs or not. You have insurance, you have payment, you have registration, you have depreciation. These bills don't pause when the phone's slow. The truck is sitting in your driveway or in your lot. It's not creating revenue. It's actively losing money. Now, the math is brutal when you start kind of looking into, okay, I have two, I have three, here's how many hours it's sitting doing nothing. And the second thing is word of mouth has a ceiling. And if you're watching this, you've probably hit it or you're probably pretty close. Referrals, they're great. I'm not that guy that says, oh, you need to do paid advertisement to get new people. Like, no, referrals are fantastic. It is the easiest way to get more jobs. Even my own business, I have people referring people to me, and it's just so much easier because you don't have to do that manual outreach or that outreach through social media or through ad platforms. But it has a ceiling because once you already talk to everybody in your town for your junk removal business, they already all know you. And the odds that you're going to get more and more and more new clients from that, it's pretty low. Now, of course, there are systems that you should in place to try to optimize that. But if that's all you're optimizing for, you're losing out on other revenue streams. And number three is your competitors are showing up on Google first every time. Either they're spending money in ads or they just have a better Google business profile. This is horrible for your business. If you show up second on Google, the odds that your phone rings as much as first is it's crazy. There's like 90% of people will click on the first one and book it and not even look at the second one. Now, this is why it is so important to show up on Google. And number four is you tried ads once and they didn't work and it just taught you the wrong lesson. Because most operators who run ads got nothing from them. That's literally every single person I see that tells me ads don't work. They tried it, they got nothing. They saw no results. And the reason is because they either had wrong targeting, they had a wrong landing page, they didn't track their data, which is crazy to me. In 2026, how do you not track your data? That is a major difference on converting ads and not converting ads. Your marketing is not an expense, by the way. It's an engine which feeding it allows you to massively grow your business. And if you stop feeding it, the truck stops moving. Now, the answer, the operators doing $100,000 a month aren't working harder than you. I know that makes you mad, right? I work with a ton of junk removal guys who do over $100,000 a month. And they figured out this one thing. A predictable lead system ensures them not just that their trucks are always moving, but it also ensures them the peace of mind that they're going to have more jobs set up in the future. They're not grinding harder, they're not bidding lower, or even driving further. They built the machine that runs while they're on jobs, and the phone ring despite them doing anything else. Now, this system, it's proven and it works at every stage. Whether you've never done a job, this is the first junk removal video you have ever watched, or you're already clearing $50,000 a month and want to double it. But here's what the system requires. And most people, you just can't physically do it alone. So, real operators, real numbers. This is not theory. This is just our clients. So, before I tell you exactly how the system works, you need to know it does, because the real operators, they work with actual machines, they work with actual numbers and actual data. Now, this isn't theory. These are our client results. Before we tell you how the system works, you need to know it does. These are actual operators and actual markets. Some were starting from nothing, others were really kind of upbeat and they just wanted to push their business even further. Depends where you are, doesn't matter. But we've generated over $2 million in revenue. Our average cost per qualified lead throughout all the markets is $28. That is a big, it varies a lot depending on your space, because I mean, if you're in a high competition zone, it's a lot more expensive, lower, etc. 4.8% ROAS, and then which is return on ad spend. So for instance, if you put $1 into a vending machine, you can then pull out $4.8. That's kind of how I think about it. And then we work with about 47 junk removal companies right now. Just kind of throughout the market. We do different tasks, etc. But let's look at client A. So we're looking at January to February, because that's about when this video has been shot and we've kind of been doing some stuff with it. And I wanted to prove that it works during the slow time. So look at this. So on this, we have a window where these guys have gone and made $55,000 in revenue. They did 237 phone calls, 404 conversions. They spent about $10,000 in ads and 3.4 thousand clicks. Now, this is absolutely crazy. This is great results. Here's another guy. He had massive numbers as well. They spent $7,000 in ads. Their cost per conversion was $22.67. Conversions was 309. They had 1,360 clicks. Now, here's another guy. I'll literally scroll into another one. We literally got them 2,000 conversions this month. We got 1,000. We spent about 12 grand. We had about 8,000 clicks. Now, this is just showing you like we're a legit company. We don't just work with like small guys. We don't just work with only massive clients. Like we work with everybody, but these are real results from January to February. Just this month. 3 examples. I have tons more that I can show, but let's just get into this system because I want to show you exactly how to grow your business. So here's the part that most people really miss. Getting results like that requires specific architecture, not just running ads. So there's 2 platforms, there's 2 roles, both work together. One captures a customer who's already ready to hire, the other builds your name into that fabric of every single neighborhood where they know, hey, here's who I want to call for this. For instance, if your company is known as like the Kleenex and people like automatically assume blah, 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 junk removal is just what it means to get junk removal done, then you have reached that pinnacle. Now, most people try one and they fail at setup, they quit and they blame the platform. If this is you, or if you've had an agency before and they have done this, then it's because they didn't set it up right. So let's get into this. The full system, everything you need to build this yourself. Every platform, every keyword, every ad type, every follow-up sequence built for the operators at every single stage. So you could be your first truck, your 15th truck, your 100th truck. I don't care. Here's exactly what works. Platform 1 is Google. Platform 2 is Meta. Google captures demand and Meta builds the brand. Because here's the thing. In a very nutshell, Google is a place where people end up going to buy because you're looking up junk removal near me. Meta, they're usually casually scrolling on Facebook. They don't really want to be sold a lot of the times. Yes, some do. I've seen tons of traction. We actually have a couple clients who do absolutely fantastic on Meta. But it allows you to build your brand. So Google. So when they put you in for Google, right? You're running a Google ad. You are also going to be showing on the sponsor results, which allows people to click you quicker if they look up junk removal near me. So if you aren't number one, this is a good kind of buffer to help you. And so let's get into this. So search words. So search ads. So they show at the top for every high intent keyword. We do local service ads. So Google guarantee ads above. There's the pay per lead, which is the LSA. There are the pay per search. You only pay for the engaged client. And then specific targeting, which is like mattress removal, state removal, hot tub removal, et cetera, et cetera. And then full keyword architecture. Meta allows you to retarget every single website follower and visitor because and Meta allows you to retarget people who have viewed your page as well as viewed your videos, as well as retarget people who have viewed your website, which is so huge because you could do a massive campaign for people on Google to go to your website. If they actually end up clicking on it, but they don't buy, we can then retarget them with Meta. Absolutely massive for your conversions. So module one. So we have our foundational setup and mindset. And in foundation one, we have our mindset and setup. Before you even spend $1, this is the stuff that kills ad campaigns before they start. So first, it's if you run, let me give you this example. If you put water into a bucket with holes, it's not going to hold the water, right? So why would I put more money in advertising and getting more leads in this if it's all just going to fly out without anything happening? And so let's do this first. Make sure you actually answer your phone. It is absolutely crazy. I have cold called probably every single junk removal company in the whole US. Honestly, we've been doing this for so long. We cold call about 500 people a day. I have cold called so many people. Probably not actually ever, but we have cold called so many. The amount that don't answer is crazy. Second off, the amount that actually don't take the time to listen. Because here's the thing. So when we talk to some of our people, they don't know that we're cold calling. I just ask about products. I'm like, hey, so I was just curious, you guys do blah, 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 blah. And sometimes they'll just hang up on me. And like, I'm like, dude, what the heck? I literally didn't even pitch anything. I didn't even say my name. I said nothing. I just asked about a service and you hung up on me. And it's crazy because people like guys think that they know what's going to be happening. They think they're going to know who's trying to sell them or not. But the realistic thing is like somebody who like me who does a ton of cold calls, you would never know. And when I'm doing it, I presume myself as a customer. And once I get to the pitch part, if they hang up, that makes sense, but they don't even listen. And so if you don't answer, the fastest response or so let me tell you this. The person who responds to their phone the fastest gets the job 70% of the time through all of our analysis. If somebody calls you at 2 p.m. and you call them back at 6, you've already lost a job because they have gone on to Google and they've already looked on different platforms and clicked and got somebody to remove their junk or to schedule it. Now, if you are actually too busy, you can implement AI to allow it to text for you and you can pick up and say, hey, I'm going to go and shoot. Even if you say this, they call, you say, hey, I'm really busy right now. Our hands are super full. Can I give you a call back in 30 minutes? I'll shoot you a text now. Just show me what you have for junk. I'll call you back in 30 minutes and we can kind of keep this conversation going. And they're going to say, yeah, great. And that's awesome. You can already pre-book it. You want them to have to do an action to allow them to be basically forced to have you work with them because they're like, oh, I've already spent this time and effort. Why don't I just go with this company? Second thing, the price you're confident quoting. Because here's the thing, like a baseline price is like 99 bucks for a small load. Some places they can do it. Other places it's just not feasibly possible. But you want to ensure you are so confident with the amount that you're quoting because the more confidence you have in your voice, the more people are going to be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I'll buy from them 100%, even if it's above your normal prices. Because if you have it above and you're still confident, you are going to close these jobs. Number 3, before and after photos of every job. Your phone camera is good enough. Like literally, you don't need a crazy camera. You don't need to go out and buy anything. Literally, just go and take a picture on your phone before and after. It allows you to have data for everything, for Google, for Meta, for everything. Now, here's the recommended month 1 stack. So you're going to do local service ads for Google and start optimizing your local Google business profile. Then you're going to do a paid Craigslist ad, and that is going to start immediately. Craigslist ads cost like $5. It's super easy, but we'll get into this in a little bit. So platform overview, local service ads. So what's like this is kind of like what you're expecting to get. Now, I mean, you probably watch a ton of YouTube videos. You probably can go, Google's good, Meta's bad, and Craigslist is shit, or whatever you want to say, right? And this is going to actually break it down here because Google local service ads, the first lead comes in between 1 and 3 days. It's $20 to $60. Lead quality is high. It's very easy to do. Now, Google search ads are same day usually, and it's $15 to $50 a lead, depending on how good your kind of website is and everything. Lead quality is always very high, and difficulty is medium. In Meta ads, it's 2 to 7 days. Sometimes it could take a month. Sometimes it could take 6 months. But the cost is $20 to $80 per lead. The lead quality is medium. Difficulty is also medium. But why would you even choose that? Because if you have already tapped out all of your Google, you can start pumping money into Meta. And these price per lead can be just retargeting. This $20 to $80 can get down as low as $2 a lead. I've seen it time and time and time again. But on average, it's 20 to 80 because it takes some more time to start in the beginning. But Meta is absolutely so slept on. If you say it doesn't work, I promise you, you haven't been with the right people and haven't spent enough time trying to figure it out. And if you're like, oh, well, I'm not going to waste my time and money on this, then honestly, you're just not opening up another acquisition channel and you're just ruining your own business. So you do you, but you definitely should be doing it. Then Google Business, just Google Business in general, you'll get it'll take about 2 to 8 weeks for your account to kind of get really up there. It's free. It's very high quality. Nextdoor, it's really great. It's just local communities. People absolutely love to talk about their own community in Nextdoor. If you become a natural person who's kind of constantly adding value to these conversations, people are going to love you and they're going to pick you instead of the other. Craigslist, same day. You will literally get a job the same day. Just post it. It's $5. It is immediate. It's so easy. I don't know why old people are on Craigslist still. I don't know. It still works. But yeah. And then SEO takes a lot of time. It's very hard. It is so hard. If somebody tells you they're going to do something for SEO for you for cheap, I promise you they're going on sites and buying backlinks. If you look up like SEO backlinks on Google, please everybody do this after this video. SEO Google or like look up like SEO backlinks. You'll be like 100 sites which are like Chinese, and then they'll all like come up and be like, oh, $30 for 12 backlinks, and then 300 and 600 and 1,000 and all of that. It's literally going to go. That's what all these guys who say I'm going to do SEO for your website, they literally go into those sites, upcharge you, put it on, and then nothing happens to your site. But if you fall real ways for SEO, the best way to do it in the best way would be if you get into a local newspaper. That's wonderful. If you can have friends that have websites link you, if you can write blog posts which actually give value to the community. Now, blog posts, I get it, are annoying. Like I personally, I'm like, oh, who cares about blog posts? The reason for blog posts is that the people who are going and actually viewing blog posts, it's not really people, it's usually AI. AI is the one that's like, okay, where's the information coming from? It reads your whole blog post, sends you out. That's why it's great. Now, number 2, positioning, your offer and why they choose you. If you don't ever listen to another thing I say, literally just remember the offer matters. The offer is the only thing that matters at the end of the day, because that's why they're choosing you. Because let's say most cities, so let's say 10 to 15 junk removals companies are in one city. If one of them gives $20 off and one does a random refund for one person, who's more likely to get more customers? The random refund, right? Because people have a way higher perception of the value. They could do a $5,000 clean out, a $20 job, doesn't matter. But they literally are thinking they might get it for free. That has such a higher value. Maybe it's 20, instead of doing that and then it's $20 per person, it then turns to be a lot more. The thing that really matters though is the perception people have of your offer, because there's a few examples. Speed, same day. Everybody does this. Gone by 5. This will allow you to at least have a much better chance with Google. Transparency. We always quote before we load because people want to ensure that they're getting it for the price that they're going to want, not have it all in there and then kind of be like, oh, bait and switch. Local, your name, your city. People love locals. People love to help out local businesses. And if you're starting, make sure you tell everybody that you're starting, because that will allow people to want to push you further. Eco, I mean, like I have a guy in Portland, Maine. That's a big part of his business is eco. I mean, that's just like the area. It's very earthy, crunchy. If you're in a place like Texas, no one cares about eco. They don't even have recycling. So don't be pushing eco unless there's a subsection of your community which is really into eco-friendly stuff. So that's kind of that. Then specialty. If you really specialize in hoarder houses, clean outs, we've seen it all. People will then be able to say, oh, okay, that makes more sense. And that's best for those reoccurring people like the realtors, the attorneys, things like that. Number 3, your digital presence. Your website converts or it doesn't, period. If you look at your website and you think it sucks, redo it. Like, brutally honest, your website probably does suck. There's very few websites that I'm like, all right, this is actually good. And here's the thing. Your website has one job, one singular job. Convince the people within 10 seconds that they should buy from you, period. That's it. You want to make sure it's mobile first because every single person actually actively works on their phone. No one really goes on a desktop. Like even grandmas now are all on their phones. And what the websites needs to have the phone number very visible because honestly, you don't want to get lead forms. They don't want to fill them out. People just want to call you, but they're still important to have on the site. 2, headline. So same day, blank junk removal in city. A simple form like name, phone, brief, and then a pricing section with loading based tiers. So this alone will convert over 30%. So let me show you an example. So this is a site that we just made and we're on desktop right now, but we're able to see that they have this beautiful thing. They're super easily able to get a quote. And this is the pricing thing that I'm talking about. So they have their different prices and it changes. You can see here, it's going to change. This will help close by 30%. Now let's go back. So you want Google reviews embedded. You want to ensure that there are service pages. And like, let's go back to this site, right? They have our service areas. Look how many service areas there is. This is more than most of you guys ever have. They have junk removal. Look at all of the services that they do. This is what makes a good website, not just a one-page bullshit. I'm sorry, your site probably sucks. You should probably fix it. Now, let's go back. So the best platforms for beginners. So there is WordPress and Elementor. It's a lot slower, but there's a little bit more control. It's cheaping. It's kind of on the cheaper option. There's Wix, it's kind of cheaper. There's like some stuff like Replit, but I mean, honestly, I just recommend you find an expert to do it. Don't ever hire off Fiverr. They're horrible. I mean, when we started out working, we literally worked with some of them because they ended up getting some people. They're horrible to work with. They don't ever speak English. They're terrible. Please just don't ever go on Fiverr. They're terrible. Instead, I'd find a marketing agency that specifically works with this so we can help you out. We can build you out a really good website. We can do it at a good price. But just those people are horrible to work with. They're going to waste your time. It's never going to come out great. Either work with somebody like us or figure it out yourself. But when you figure it out yourself, it takes a lot of time. So that's that. Step 4, the lead machine, Google Business Profile. I swear, if you do not use your Google Business Profile every day, you're actually killing yourself. Because think about it like this. Your algorithm wants data, right? I mean, like how do you go viral on social media? Post every day. Who's told you that? Every single person in the face of the earth, right? How do you get your Google Business Profile up there? Well, you need to post daily. Look at this. So underneath, if you go onto your Google Business Profile, scroll down to the bottom, there's a section. It says events. Add an event, add an update, and then just schedule out pictures. You don't even have to have what you did for the day. Just put any picture you had, put text and say, today we did this. Hey, today we did this, and schedule it out for the next 5 months. Ensure that a post comes out every day. No one is doing this. I literally had a guy who had 20 Google reviews. He started it 10 days before. He was literally #1 in his city from it, just because he was giving them data. He was getting Google reviews daily. He was sending out stuff to the platform. He optimized his profile. You need to do this. It is so important. Now, here's a setup sequence. So first, claim your Google Business Profile. Of course, if it's not verified, literally figure it out and verify it. If you need help with verifying it, just send me over a message. I can help you. I can see if I can help you for free. I might not be able to. Then we can actually get it done for you. You need to have your account verified. Literally so important. You can't even post pictures if you're not verified. Second, simple category, junk removal service, or like junk debris removal, or whatever you do. put it in. Don't ever do waste management service. I would really recommend junk removal service. It is the best. Secondary categories, wouldn't put it in that much, but you can put in furniture, garbage, blah, 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 blah. But what you want to do is you want to have a services tab with every single service you do, period. You want to ensure that if people look up furniture removal in Ohio, I don't know, random city in Ohio, then you want to ensure that you are the one that comes up. Because if your competitors don't have in mattress removal with a picture of a mattress and then like a link that brings you right to the webpage, I promise you they're not going to trend as high on Google, even though if it's 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Literally, 1-800-GOT-JUNK, I haven't seen many of their accounts link it, right? And you're just able to kind of push out even better. Same thing with college hunks. Now let's keep that quiet, but so we can have our advantage here, guys. And so, yeah, so we want to make sure we're posting every single day, literally, period. Now, number 5 is Google search ads. This is the fastest leads, guys. We want to ensure that when someone types junk removal near me, you are the one that comes up. High intent keywords are like junk removal blank city and junk hauling blank city, junk pickup near me, junk removal service near me, same day junk removal, furniture removal blank, garage clean out blank city, and estate clean out blank city, mattress removal. You get it. But you need to ensure you put in the negative keywords. Like we talked about earlier, you need to get rid of free junk removal, especially dumpster service. If you don't do that, junk removal jobs, get rid of that. People searching for jobs. Junk car removal. A lot of you guys can't remove cars. Remove it. Junk food, junk mail, DIY junk removal trailer for sale. All of these need to be removed. Those are the most common ones that we see. Ad framework. So we want to see something like same day junk removal service, blank quote in 60 seconds. And something like fast affordable junk removal in blank city. We haul furniture, blah, 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 blah. Then the campaign structure, what we're going to do. We're going to set 2 campaigns. First one, budget $20 to $35 a day. Ad group 1 is going to be general junk removal. Ad group 2 is furniture. Ad group 3 is appliance. This is going to basically give you a broad. Then section 2, we're doing specific services. So this is where we're getting a lower cost per click, less competition. $10 to $15 a day. We're doing garage clean out, estate clean out, construction debris, hot tub, shed removal. The bigger, more expensive jobs, less money. So total $30 to $50 a day. I mean, I would recommend just really ensuring that you set these campaigns up right. If you don't, you're probably going to just waste your money. Now, we want to ensure the type as broad match is going to be Google is deciding on the theme. Like, don't do this when you're starting. But phrase match, we can do search, most, contain. And then for the second type, would be phrase match. Search must contain your phrase. Use this 100%. And then you want to also do exact match. So only your exact keyword is in it. And it's super great. Month 1 optimization checklist though. And you're going to check the search terms report weekly and constantly adding in negative keywords. Second, you're going to turn off keywords with 0 clicks after 200 impressions. Then you're going to add call extensions, location extensions, and site link extensions. If you don't know what that is, let me know. I can help you out. Set local targeting precisely to your area, not just nearby, and then set up conversion tracking with Google Ads. This is so important. If you literally do not have a Google Tag Manager and you're not actively tracking every single piece of data, there's no reason to be doing this. Literally 0. Like if you don't track it, there's nothing to do. Like just move on, honestly, because you're tracking nothing. The algorithm is learning on literally nothing. Now, section 6, paid trust acceleration. So Google local service ads, this is pay per lead. This is where we're basically going to ensure that we're paying per lead. Yes, not always are these jobs going to convert. Yes, it is kind of annoying and it's pretty expensive. But how we're going to do this, just basically get your licenses if you don't have them. Assume 90% of you already do. And then you want to go and ensure that you get 5 Google Business Profile leads, like reviews on your Google Business Profile to ensure more leads can come. And then how we kind of rank is we want to ensure that with local service ads, we're literally picking up within the first ring. If you don't, literally people will move on. It's going to be done because what happens is they call they have about a 7-second wait. They pause, it then transfers to your line. Not good. We need to ensure that they get a response immediately because people don't want to wait 30 seconds to hear a phone call. They want it now, but there already is a buffer from Google. So ensure that you respond immediately. Ask for a review on every single job, period. If you don't ask for a review, literally something's wrong with you. The conversion rate for converting people for in person Google reviews versus online is like 700% more. Now, I literally had a guy, it's so funny. He was talking to me. He's like, we have a ton of Google reviews. I look, he has like 20 Google reviews. He's like so proud of the system. He was like, man, we got a system. We send these people a message once our job is done. We send them an automated message. And I go, yeah. And how does that work? He's like, it's great. He has 20 reviews. I know it's not great. Then I say to him, I go, so like half these reviews look like they're from people you probably know, right? And he goes, yeah. I sent it out in a group chat with my family. And I go, yeah. And your own mother didn't take the time to respond to a text in a group chat. You think your customers and clients who are paying you for a service so they can save themselves time and do less work are going to do something like this? He was like, oh. And so that right there is showing you need to get it in person. Yes, it's great to have a system to follow up with, but you need to ensure you get it in person because if not, your chances of getting Google reviews drastically go down. Now, here's the thing, 7. So Meta ads are your digital billboard. I literally cannot explain this enough. Is if you are looking at it, say you drive down the highway, right? And you're driving down, you look and there's a billboard. You're like, ah, great. Yeah, I see that logo. I don't need that. Ah, I see that new law attorney. I don't need that. I see that new one. I don't need that. What they're doing is they're literally instilling your name in their brain. So like I used to live in Arizona and this guy, I can't even think of his name. I was like Rafiki, let me look this up. Um, like Rafi, Rafi. Literally, his name is Rafi. I can show you an image right now. This guy put ads everywhere in Arizona, literally everywhere. What this did, it ensured everybody knew his name. And literally, now I'm even talking about him. I'm saying this guy, I can literally see him everywhere. And this is allowing him to ensure that his face is pushed everywhere. Now people are calling him off of it. This is literally exactly how it works with your exact same type of thing. It's just we want junk removal jobs. They want to see your face so when they go to Google, they convert easier. And so this guy right here is an exact example on why we do this because if you looked at his stuff, he is able to actually show people his face. His face is shown. He now is one of the biggest law people in Arizona. Period. So this is the exact reason why you got to do it for your business, for your junk removal business. Now, there are 3 types of ads I convert. Before and after, there is, the before and after is the main one, honestly. 2 photos, so like short, like 2 photos or a short video with no narration, just kind of showing some stuff. And then these are kind of the most high performing because people want to see it. And the third is just pictures of you and your family, and pictures of the work. If you post a picture of you and your family or you at work and saying, hi, I'm the owner, which is what a lot of these guys say to do on YouTube or wherever, they're wrong. Don't do that. You're going to get shit leads. We actually split tested it. It's horrible. Please don't ever do it. Please don't. They have no fucking idea what they're doing. Don't do that. If you ran it before, it worked in like 2022. We ran it with one guy, made him probably $150,000 off of it. But currently now, it has not worked in a while with this new Andromeda update. There's probably variations you can do, but if you just take one of those basic templates that one of those guys have, it's not going to work. So please don't waste your time. You're just going to get people asking for work, and they probably were in jail and weren't able to do it anyways. By the time they picked up, and these people are low quality people, just don't do it. So you want to ensure also seasonal urgency because there has to be seasonal factors. Springtime, more people buy. Move out time, more people use you. End of year decluttering, more people use you. So you got to understand what this is. Now, this is what Meta is great for because you can put these local campaigns in front of these people, then they're more apt to call you. Now, Google is great. Meta is great. Nextdoor and Craigslist are so fine. Like I talked about earlier, Craigslist ads, $5 one time. That's it. Literally post it. It'll be great. It'll work super good. And honestly, they're one of the highest ROI things that you can do. And what you want to do is you want to try to get referral partners because realtors and property managers are the most underutilized referral source in this entire industry because literally one active person with a real estate agent is going to bring in 4 jobs maybe a month, let's say 4. And when they're doing this, they're getting you a ton of jobs and it's kind of coming back and back and back. And you just need to make sure that you reward them. You can do maybe something for free, maybe ensure that you're showing up on time. But these referral sources can also be targeted with ads, guys. With ads, you can target them. So we won't go into that right now, but they can be targeted. Then the long game is SEO. I mean, free leads forever. If you're number one on Google, you are literally getting stuff coming into your phone. I had a guy, he just got number one on Google. He literally, his phone rings all day, every day now. He's so busy. Literally went from $10,000 to $30,000 a month in probably like 2 weeks from it. Absolutely great. Now there are 3 pillars. So on your page SEO, you have to have stuff like junk removal city, like we talked about earlier. On your Google business profile, you need to make sure that you're updating it and you need to ensure that content is out there daily. This is the most important for all of it because Google pulls data and Meta pulls data and every single thing pulls data, right? But where they're pulling the data from is different. And you need to ensure that you are kind of spread out as far in the market. Now, the follow up and turning leads into jobs, because here's the thing 30 to 50% of inbound leads book on the first contact. The rest need follow up, and 90% of junk removal guys don't do it. They don't have a system to follow up with these people, which is absolutely crazy. If somebody called you, said, "Hey, man, I'm sorry, I'm so busy right now. Can we go and get this job done in a week?" Yeah, sure. I just was calling to save it. Yeah, perfect. Great. Awesome. Then you don't follow up, job's lost. And you're just hoping. A lot of guys, what the best guys do is they book it on that call. They say, perfect. Well, you're not in the town right now. What we can do is we can actually send our guys there. You can give us the key or the code. We can get into the house. Once we're in the house, we'll ensure that we do it. I'll send you a video of us locking it up. Then once we lock it up, we will then we'll do the transaction and have it all done. And that allows for contactless stuff. So if you're in an area where there's a lot of people that come for like summertime or wherever, then this is a great option. But you want to ensure that we are following up with them 4 times immediately within the first 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes is a lot, by the way. Want to ensure that's literally within the first seconds. Same day, we want to ensure, say, hey, like we didn't book, want to reschedule, we have an opening this time. Third, one more touch, and then 7, hey, final touch. Just try and check in if you need it. If not, cool. Now, literally, the amount of people I know that have follow-up things before they come in here, it's very, very, very small, like 2%. So you want to ensure that we're doing this because that's will give you the leg up in front of all of your competitors. And so they don't have a CRM that actually tracks it. They don't have like House Call Pro or Jobber like that automates a lot of these reviews and stuff like that. Now, I want to tell you guys, if you're using their systems, there's way easier ways to build it yourself for cheaper. If you want that, let me know. I'd love to help you out. But like a lot of these guys are just trying to take a slice of the profit here. Each their own. But I mean, there's a lot cheaper ways to do it. So let me know. And the math, the scaling. So when your account's working great, right? And let's say you have spent $500. If you can get 20 leads, you can make an extra $3,600 a month. I mean, that's huge. If you can get, say you spend 1,500, you can increase it to like 35, 55, get 17 to 30. I mean, you can be at like 10K a month with some of these jobs if it's not even bigger jobs. And the capacity trap, because you don't want to scale ads beyond what you can handle. Like if you're turning away 20% of calls, like it's kind of useless. So make sure you're prepared for it. And if you're not, ensure that you have somebody who's willing to buy the leads off of you. One of the most common things I see is my guys, they get number one on Google, pop up crazy. They don't have the ability to do it for those days. So they just raise the prices for those days. Like say Mondays are always the busiest day. They raise the price for Mondays. Then what they do is they sell off the other leads to some of their competitors or other guys. They make a profit from it. Everybody wins. Now, here is your 90-day game plan, guys. Days 1 through 7, the foundation. You're going to build up this foundation. You're going to literally do everything that we've talked about. Days 8 through 14, you're going to be getting your first leads. You want to apply Google local service ads. You want to ensure that you have 10 plus photos, kind of building that whole thing up. And then you want to do a paid ads launch. You want to ensure that you're doing about $20 a day minimum, adding in negative keywords. You're setting up conversion tracking. All that's done. And then days 31 through 60 is where you kind of really start pumping it because ads start kind of getting better. You optimize campaigns even easier. And then you just kind of keep pushing it out. And then days 61 through 90 is where the scaling really happens because this is when you're able to take those campaigns, you're ensuring that they're working. You can just say, let's throw as much money as possible at these. Let's just bump up as much marketing as possible. Let's grow this business. And now, if you're like already running a business, though, you're like, great, that was very kind of superficial, like whatever. I've already been doing that. Here's the accelerated plan for your established guys is module 12 is operators starting from zero. And if this one is for you, the operators who already have the business. So look, week one, audit and fix your landing page. So run your website through Google Speed Insights. You want to ensure that the mobile score is below 70. If not, fix it. Fix up your website regardless. Put your phone number at the top. You want to ensure that you have pricing tiers. You want to ensure that people understand pricing, that they're not just going to kind of get rigged. Do not skip this step. Every dollar that you spend traffic on is going to be going to this foundation. Now, week two, launch high converting ads, literally high converting video, high converting Google ads. You want to ensure that you are pushing out good ads. Like you don't want to be like, oh, I think this is good, or I think this is how I set it up. If you don't know how to set it up, literally you let me know and I will set up your ads for you. We can 100% get this train rolling because here's the thing, if you don't set it up right, then the foundation is wrong. Why even spend the money in the last place? And weeks 3 and 4, again, you're going to optimize, but you're going to kill any conversions that don't really make any money after $100 in spend. And we're going to reallocate what's working. And you want to now ensure that your follow-up process is getting better. You want to fix the sales. So you want to ensure follow-up within a minute, minimum, 5 minutes is max. Then you're going to ensure that you can start getting some lookalike audiences. So people who have went to the website but didn't convert, we can run some lookalike. You also want to ensure that with your tag manager, you're seeing the data. If people all drop off in one spot, maybe you have a broken link on your website. Month 2, this is where you scale what's working, what's not, because you want to cut what doesn't, keep building, expanding, keep making new ads and manage it because the ads change literally every single minute. And within most of our accounts, you can see that Mondays are the busiest days, right? And so since they're the busiest days, we usually spend more money on Mondays in ad campaigns just because they get more results. And let's say on Sunday nights, there's way less kind of people calling them, way less people kind of being active. You want to ensure that you scale your campaigns down so you don't even waste your money. In month 3, you go full growth. Like you should be getting 40 to 80 leads per month if your campaigns are optimized correctly. You want to hire on demand. So if you're turning away calls, make sure you're hiring people. You want to ensure that your ad campaigns are reaching the right people. So if you haven't got any results, it's okay. It's very normal. You just want to ensure that you're at least seeing a positive increase. You want to ensure that some people are coming and seeing, oh, okay, at least we're getting more qualified calls. At least our campaigns are starting to show to the right people. And growth is really all that matters in this whole stage. Now, the honest part is, you know the system. Now you know the system. Here's exactly what it is. But will you build it? Because how many YouTube videos do you have to watch? How many videos online do you have to watch? And just to go and shut off your computer and say, or shut off your TV and say, too busy. All that sounds great. I know it works. Wonderful, but I don't got the time, right? Probably 100 times. I mean, people do this with watching AI videos if they're trying to implement AI into their business. They do the same thing with websites. They do the same thing with marketing. Happens time and time and time and time and time again. But what's great is this system literally won't do anything for you if you just don't implement it. You can try to implement one of the things, but if you're not consistent, I promise you it won't happen. So the question is whether you have time. It's not whether you have time. The question whether you have time, the expertise, the attention to build and maintain while also running jobs, managing the crews, and building the business every single day. That's the real question because most operators don't. And what happens? They try to make the changes, maybe do one or two things, and they just kind of fail. And so the reality of building this by yourself is now what does it cost? It costs not just money for the ads, your time, your focus, the mistakes, trying to figure out this system, trying to figure out what follow-up systems are the best, trying to figure out what websites are the best, how to actually make a good landing page. All of these build up, and every error wastes you time and your money. So the step it takes 15 to 20 hours to do correctly once, literally. That's every single dollar, step one. Now, the wrong setting can drain your entire budget in days. So say you're going to spend 800 bucks. Literally, I've seen guys burn $800 in one single day just because the wrong settings were on. Now, they really do wonder too when they're setting up their campaigns why it's not working, because they didn't even do the research, like number one that we talked about before. Number three, Meta has a real learning curve. Most people figure, let's say 2000, let's say like 1500 to 2000 is how much it takes them before they actually learn how to actually post the meta. Now that's not even the meta account learning itself, because that's $500 to $1,500 to figure out exactly your target audience. And number four is the system needs constant attention. And number four is the system needs constant attention, not just one-time build, because most people set it once, run away, wondering why it doesn't work. Now, if this is you, it is not going to work. Please do not implement a single thing I said if you're just going to put one thing in and then just run away from it, because it won't work. I promise you that. Now, what we do instead, we can actually build the system for you. We can run it for you every single day. We have a team of about 20 people who are actively running ads for us on our side, and will help you. We can build your website within the first couple days. We can set up that tracking so you don't have to learn. We can do it all for you. Literally, you have to do nothing. You just run the jobs, you manage the crews, you build the business. We'll handle every piece of the advertising, setup, optimization, creative, literally everything. Now, we have two options. We do local service ads with Google, and we just do Google search ads. Then we do Facebook and Instagram done for you. So we'll do meta ads, all of that. We have a full team of editors where we can do 30 videos made for you in a month. And then we can kind of push that whole thing out into ads and then continuously run it. Or we can just build your websites and kind of go and do it through that. But yeah, and the foundation, if done correctly, will make sure that you have the oiled machine, which is working properly for your business. We'll optimize every single dollar, make sure no ad spend goes out the door, make sure you have a full understanding of what's happening, and kind of teach you along the way, because you want to kind of be updated on what's happening, why stuff's doing it, and you'll be able to see our dashboard, which will actually show you the analytics of your account. And we do reporting every single week. We'll give you a full report on what's happening, why, just so you can increase that learning as well as with this. Now, why is this different? Because we only work with junk removal companies. That is literally the entire point. We don't work with local service businesses. We don't work with like plumbers. We literally just work with junk removal guys. So I understand your business probably better than you do. I've seen it time and time and time again. I've seen what works. I've seen what doesn't. I've seen guys grow to millions. I've seen guys literally tank businesses. So I understand what works. We will literally give you the system on exactly what your operation should look like, as well as the marketing side. So we can put it all together and ensure that we have this well-oiled machine for your business. Because every single keyword came in this. Now, every keyword in this came from an actual client campaign. Every ad test, every single keyword in this course came from the actual client campaigns. It also had every single negative keyword that we've used. Now, of course, there's more, but this is from real clients and real results. Literally, these were just the month of February that I showed you, or month of January to February. This was literally just the result from January to February. 45,000, 55,000. Literally, some guys got 100,000. I've showed you them at the top. And when you hand this to us, you're not getting just a marketing agency, because a lot of the times marketing agencies are just scammers. They don't actually care about your growth. You're literally getting people who have only junk removal specific and exclusive knowledge. You have proven systems, which we've done 40 plus times. You literally own everything. We build it, but you own it. Like, I'm not that guy that's going to be like, oh, you leave us and you don't have your website. Like, no, we'll build it, but you fully own it. You get everything. If you want to leave, good. Adios, man. Like, go tell your friends about me. And the third is we don't keep you locked in for any recommended time, because we get it. Ads take a while to work, but I'm not trying to put you into a massive contract and have you just be 100% worried. And so the only question left is your truck should be running full every single day. You know what you need to do, but will you do it? If you have the knowledge, and you understand what to do, but will you actually do it is the question. So if you want it done for you, just scroll down below, click on that link, book a call with me. I'll give you an audit where I'll tell you exactly where I recommend you grow your business. So even if we're not a right fit, at least you'll get some value and get some tips out of this. And if we are, I'd love to help you out and see what we can do. Peace.